And breaking news at 11 in the Woolsey Fire fight. Flare-ups and hotspots in places like Malibu Creek tonight, keeping firefighters busy. Homeowners, they're on edge.
And this is a live look over Highway 101, where both the north and southbound lanes are now back open in the fire zone.
And new numbers on the fire tonight. 85,500 acres burned, 15% containment. 2 people have died, apparently trying to flee the flames.
At least 177 homes damaged or destroyed. That number expected to rise by the morning, and 3 firefighters were hurt.
Also tonight, some evacuations have been lifted.
Yeah, the LA County Sheriff's Department says residents in some neighborhoods in Agora Hills and Westlake Village can now return home. This is only for people living north of the 101 between Chesbrough Road and Westlake Boulevard.
And we have live firestorm team coverage tonight, beginning with CBS 2's Leslie Marin. She's live at the latest front of the firefight in Malibu. Leslie?
Yeah, we are just east of PCH over on Canaan Doom Road, and another site of devastation here. Another home left just completely destroyed by the Woolsey Fire. This used to be a 2-story home, and it was quite expensive. I don't know if you can see this, but the winds are coming through here tonight in what is still evacuated the city of Malibu. The winds really will determine how the firefight will go through the night. Tonight, fire crews hoping to get some much needed breaks. Here in the Malibu area, fire trucks were lined around Pepperdine on standby as there are still small flare-ups happening periodically in the area. Right now, PCH does remain closed, and this does remain a hotspot for firefighters. Earlier today, we saw the devastation in Malibu along Corral Canyon. An estimated 17 homes burned. The volunteer firefighters in that community say they were left to fight the fire without a fire truck and at times without water.
Without an engine, without water, we had a shovel, and it was awful. And my home survived, a miracle, but I've never felt more alone.
This is video of when they tried to save one of the homes. LA County Fire telling us they did have problems with getting enough water to this area in Malibu yesterday and today. Today, they did bring in some big, large water tank trucks. And aside from Malibu, Oak Park, Bell Canyon, and parts of Thousand Oaks remain evacuated tonight. The winds are blowing pretty strong in this area. At least they are picking up right now. And really, firefighters hoping Mother Nature will be on their side tonight. Reporting live in Malibu, Leslie Marin, back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you, Leslie. And now to the air, Stu Mundel, live in Sky 2 over the 101.
Well, that's right, 101 open in both directions. That's fantastic news, and that's largely because they need to let these folks get back to their homes out there in the Westlake Village area and the Agora Hills area. But if you're getting on the 101 with the intention to get off at just about any off-ramp between that closure, better rethink that. Many of these off-ramps still close both directions. They are just allowing a few folks off at the areas that where the evacuations have been lifted. Now, as for the fire, we've been reporting most of the night how we were so happy to see no open flames out here this evening. Well, that all changed tonight. There's a big flare up over here. This is right off of Las Virgenes by the Malibu Creek area. Otherwise, a better location would be right by the tunnel. Now, this flare up has been popping up and going back down pretty much all evening. The winds definitely have picked up. Firefighters definitely on scene as well. This is a fire, though, that has no place to run to. That's what the firefighters are saying. That's because most of the vegetation or the fuel around this area that's burning has already burned. Live in Sky 2 over Calabasas, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you two in the studio.
Yeah, that's good to hear, Stu. Thank you for that. And we're not out of the woods yet. These winds will continue throughout the night. Let's bring in CBS 2 meteorologist Amber Lee with the latest. Amber.
All right, so we've got a little bit of a break from the winds about a few hours ago, but we're starting to see the winds crank up just a little bit more as we head into the overnight hours. Here's a look at our futurecast. So by about 1 a.m., we're expecting a little bit more wind activity and the winds to strengthen just right along the foothills and mountain communities. We'll still stay in the double digits, but in the mid to low 20s for some of the gusts. And then once we head into the 5:30 a.m. hour, just before the sun comes up, take a look. The winds continue to to crank up and strengthen even more. So areas like Santa Clarita, the Northridge area, looking at gusts anywhere from 30s to high 20s, and then also pushing down toward the Malibu and also Oxnard region, still with the reds. Then we start to see it get stronger as we head into the 9 a.m. hour. Much more of the purples here on the board. So we still have the red flag warnings, the high wind warnings, and also the wind advisories. But this wind event is not over just yet. I'll have more details on when we can expect the winds to relax. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Amber. And we do have a wide area of the Southland that is still under mandatory evacuations. Take a look here at the map. We're talking about parts of Thousand Oaks, Oak Park, Bell Canyon, West Hills, Hidden Hills, Calabasas, Topanga, and Malibu. Residents in these areas are still not allowed to return home for now.
And CBS 2's Laurie Perez continues our team coverage in Agora Hills, where some people can finally return home tonight. Laurie.
Chris, that's right. This is one of the lucky areas. We're on Valley Heights Drive and Argo Street in Agora Hills. This is one of the spots where people are expected to come back tonight. There was enough risk in this area that they ordered the mandatory evacuation here a few days ago. Some people truthfully snuck back in and came back early. But now that it's been officially lifted, we do expect to see folks steadily returning here. If not tonight, then certainly in the morning. I have to tell you, we have not seen a lot of activity just yet, but maybe people were already settled in for the night at hotels or friends' houses before they learned that they could come back. Now, when they do, some, of course, will be returning to homes that were spared from the fire. Others will be returning to rubble. And that is making this a bittersweet return for many people who say the return will be both sad and good.
Some of the houses that we would see every day, some of the most beautiful homes that we would admire had all gone. We could not even recognize. It was just such a heart-wrenching feeling, looking out and just knowing that the people, that their homes are gone. I mean, I'm sure we found out before they did because we were able to get up to our house and they haven't been able to let people up there.
We've come together as a community and made a lot of good friends, and we're all gonna kind of band together to help each other and those families who've lost their homes. There are too many.
And, you know, and that's something that we heard from more than one person today, was that in this tragedy, there was some good in that it brought neighbors together to help each other out. And they plan to continue that help once they return to their neighborhoods. And, of course, so many families return without homes. We are live in Agora Hills tonight. I'm Laurie Perez. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Laurie. And now to CBS 2's Christy Fajardo at Taft High School in Woodland Hills, where there was a heated town hall meeting about the fire, and a lot of folks showed up. Christy.
Yeah, they sure did, and all the meeting lasted about 3 hours. Evacuees are demanding to know why there weren't more firefighters and communication when the fire broke out, and also some of them wanted to know why their homes were left undefended. CAL FIRE says, simply put, much of the state was under siege by flames and wind.
Some of my neighbors have lost everything, and I'm not sure tonight if my house is standing. Please answer that.
A packed and sometimes angry house at Taft High School. State Senator Henry Stern tried to reassure the crowd, explaining he's also in limbo.
I still don't know if my home is standing, and I don't know if my grandparents' home is standing.
The community meeting at Taft High School was a who's who of agency heads, all gathered under one roof to give updates on everything from school closures to evacuations and new fire dangers. One question they couldn't answer is when President Trump will declare a disaster and free up federal funds.
Right now it's pending, but one of the things that people could do now to start preparing is call their insurance company, make sure that they have that phone number, and if they could take photos of any damages.
Adding to the frustration, deputies say it could be days before people in Malibu and other areas can go home, and days are going by with evacuees like Denise Pepper not knowing if they have a home to go back to.
But when you're in this position, you're homeless. I mean, there's nothing. Thank God I have my husband and we have our 2 dogs. So whatever help we could get, and you want answers now, you do.
We know many of you are anxiously awaiting word on your homes. That's why CBS LA is compiling our aerial footage of the burn areas and putting it on our website, cbsla.com. Your home might be on it. So far, we have posted videos of West Hills, Bell Canyon, and Malibu, but we are working on adding more, so keep checking back. Again, that's on our website, cbsla.com. In the meantime, with more winds on the way, CAL FIRE says 200 engines are coming into the area from other states. Live in Woodland Hills, Christy Fajardo, CBS 2 News.
Yeah, we need those resources. Christy, thank you. Well, Malibu Mayor Pro Tem Jefferson Zuma J. Wagner is in the hospital from conditions that he suffered as he tried to save his home on Friday night.
Yeah, the city says he is recuperating and hopes he'll have a quick return to the community he loves. Unfortunately, his home did not survive the fire despite his best efforts. And the fire has forced Pepperdine University to close its Malibu and Calabasas campuses through the Thanksgiving holiday. Flames, they burned close to the university's Malibu campus Friday night. Right now, classes are scheduled to resume 2 weeks from tomorrow. Well, looters adding insult to injury.
I hear there's these roving bands that are going in and pilfering things.
Coming up, what's being done to stop thieves from getting into evacuated homes?
Plus, an emotional homecoming in Oak Park after the fire. Is there anything left?
And we're going to check back on our breaking news, the new hotspot burning in Malibu Creek. This is a nice bird's eye view here. The winds have whipped this area up again. We'll continue to follow coming up.
That's right. Not in the clear just yet. Stronger winds on the way. I'll tell you when winds will actually start to relax.